Now let's take a look at questions 4 and 5 of this paper. So for question 4, they asked you for which of the following graphs A, B, C, and D is y equals to 1 minus 2x. So the first thing you should know before any of this is this formula, actually this equation. Y equals to mx plus c is the equation of a straight line. You can usually express the equations for any straight line, however it moves, however it looks like in this form, basically. So m is the slope or gradient, which means like how slanted it is, whether it's like this, or even like this, and this. So how the gradient, basically, yeah, how slopey it is. And of course the y-intercept, which means where your line and the y-axis intersect. So this is the y-axis, and if you have a line like this, then this is the y-intercept. This is C. Okay? Of course it can be negative like this. So it's below the origin. So this is also your y-intercept. Maybe it's -3, right? So you can just put -3 and then y equals to something x minus 3, basically. Because plus minus 3, you can think about it. Plus minus 3 basically means -3, right? Think about that. So that's why the equation has a plus in it. Okay, so just plus it, even if it's negative. Then it will become negative. You put a minus sign there. So basically that's it. Rearrange the terms a bit to make it become y equals to mx plus c, just like this. Y equals to -2x plus 1. As you can see, we just put this back there. Remember, the negative sticks to the 2x, not to the 1, okay? So we have the gradient and we have the y-intercept. So just by looking at the y-intercept, it's plus 1, right? You can immediately see that this could be right, this could be right, but these two must be wrong, because you can see the y-intercept, the line and the y-axis intersect at this point at -2. Y equals to -2. These are both wrong. C, D are both wrong. Finally, look at the slope. Now, for a negative and positive slope, remember, if we're talking about a positive slope, we're talking about when the value of x on the x-axis basically increases, then the value of y also increases. So basically, like this, going up, right? If x is moving here, then y is moving up, like this, going up, like this direction, okay? That's why I can see my arrow is drawn like that. And for negative, it basically means when x increases, when we move to the right, it actually goes down. The value of y goes down. So that's why you can see the arrows are drawn like that. So you can actually put it in the figure. So this one is like this. So this is actually a positive slope for this line, right? Because when we go to the right, it's actually going up. But for this one, when we go to the right, as we go along the right on the x-axis, the value is going down and down and down, as you can see my arrow here. So we want a negative one, so we want it to go down. So that's why B is our answer. Now for question 5, they want you to put a best fit line to show the price of a 6-year-old car, which they do not have on the figure. So this is a scatter graph used with actual figures. So there are actually 18 cars with their ages and prices, as you can see. But now we can actually see for 6 years we don't have the price or the prices. So the first thing you need is a ruler, which you should bring to your exam. And the second thing you need is a pencil, but whenever I only have pens, so basically you want a line that basically fits most of the points. Not like, and usually you would use the midpoints, just so you can like fulfill everything. So like if you have a line, actually this is kind of confusing. If you have a line like this that goes like this through the middle of these points, then your line would be near most of these points, right? Let me draw it for you. So basically, get your ruler, and then you can see these points. Grab the midpoint of them, most of their midpoints. So for this one, you choose here maybe, and then go down like this. Actually, after I draw it, it should be more obvious. So something like this. Yeah, so you can see my line basically touches nearly most of the points, kind of near. Most of them, I mean, not all of them, okay? That's why it's called best fit line, not perfectly fitted line. So, For 6 years, we can see we intersect at this point. 6 years. So it's 3,400 pounds. So for this part, we just write 3,400. Because if you use a ruler and put it back here for 6 years, you'll get this. Here. This part, which is 3,400 pounds.